New this morning, an arrest during a Pokemon Go game. Tampa police say they arrested this 20-year-old for resisting an officer without violence. Police say about 150 people were out at Ballast Point Park playing the game. When the park closed, they asked everyone to leave, but this guy refused, and police say he grabbed an officer's arm and pushed away. Police say he continued to resist them, nearly knocking down an officer. They eventually had to tase him. He is getting booked into jail.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back.
Officers told around 150 people at Ballast Point Park to leave around 10:30 last night, but they say David Mastrotataro Bermud refused and shoved one officer. That's when police tased and arrested him.
Talking about this, a person robbed while playing Pokemon Go at the park, and that's not where the violence ended. Parker Collins was first to the scene at Desert Breeze Park. Parker, what are police telling you?
Well, the story started here. Someone was playing Pokemon Go and then they got robbed. Their phone was taken, and yet they chased the thief across the street over in this direction. This is where some people didn't know what was going on and decided to follow that chase. And at the end of the morning, police say 2 people got cut. One of them had to go to the hospital. But I have to say, when we got here, there were a lot of people, even though it was dark, even though it was really early, a lot of people out here playing Pokemon Go.
Well, a fun night of hunting for Pokemon in a Las Vegas park almost turned deadly for 6 players.
Police say an armed man tried to rob those players early yesterday morning. The would-be robber demanded the players hand over their phones, but that's when one of the players, who has a concealed carry permit, pulled out his own gun and exchanged fire with the suspect. The would-be robber and one player ended up shot. Both are expected to survive. Police do plan to charge that suspect when he is released from the hospital.
Michael Baker says he's determined to catch all the Pokemon he can get around 1 this morning. So when he saw a man near the intersection of 19 and Filbert, he thought it would be a good opportunity for a Pokemon challenge. But instead, he got something more than that.
I used like a smoke screen thing.
It's been 21-year-old Michael Baker's dream to play his childhood game in real life.
Too long. It's been too long. I was biting my nails on it, you know. Gotta be the first one to get them all.
Early Monday morning, Michael was walking near his home in Forest Grove to catch as many Pokemons as possible when he saw another man possibly playing the same game.
I saw him go by and I was like, "You playing Pokemon Go?" or whatever, you know, and he's like, "What?" I was like, "Pokemon Go," and then like, I guess he wanted the battle or something because he just came at me with the knife, so I didn't expect it to happen, and it was pretty brief and fast, like just slice and ran.
He says he didn't go to the hospital because he still wanted to hunt for characters and other things.
Right after I was stabbed, I continued my mission to Plaid Pantry to get chips and beer. Definitely a close call.
As for Michael, he says he'll be careful next time, but will continue his mission to be the best.
No, it's very important to me, you know. I gotta pretty much catch them all.
Michael says he has 8 stitches on his shoulder. Police say they have not made any arrests on this case, and they're not going to release any information on the suspect.
On Sunday, several teens were arrested for using this app to lure unsuspecting Pokemon players to isolated areas in St. Louis. Then they robbed them at gunpoint.
Recently, this virtual reality game has gotten out of hand. A man in London thought that it was okay to call the police when an unknown user stole Pokemon. The man told emergency services that someone took the fictitious creature he was trying to catch. This is not the first peculiar event that has happened because of the game. A group of 12 UK users wandered unknowingly into an adult store while trying to catch them all through the virtual reality app.
Trespassers and trash turning up at some landmarks in Hillsborough as people play Pokemon Go. The police department says it has found people climbing on the Veterans Memorial and the Civil War Memorial near the county courthouse. Players have also been spotted on government and private properties at all hours of the night. Officers are warning players not to hang around the outside of the police department, but rather actually come inside to find a Pokemon character. Hillsborough police officers say, "I was collecting Pokemon is not a legal defense against trespass."
Florida authorities are investigating a shooting linked to the new Pokemon Go app. Detectives say a Palm Coast homeowner was awakened by a loud noise early Saturday morning. He spotted 2 teens who were playing the game, mistook them for burglars, and came out with a gun. Investigators found a flat tire on the car and bullet holes. Authorities are advising Pokemon Go players to avoid trespassing.